Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The sister says, please advise me about my rights as a wife. I am very confused. My husband says I don't listen and he wants to take a second wife. I asked him that we can have another child and he says we have to wait until I'm organized because he doesn't think housework should take me so long. Sometimes the washing stays on the line, or I need him to look after our daughter while I cook. I know it's a big thing, but I'm also not agreeing to intimacy because we share a room with my little daughter. There's nowhere else to go, and sometimes I'm just tired. On top of this, he has told me to get rid of our cat, and I won't. He said all these things are valid reasons for him to get another wife. So, to start with, if you say your rights as a wife, obviously, his rights towards you are to, make sure that you are housed, to make sure that he spends on you, that he looks after you, he's respectful to you, he's responsible for the financial matters within the home. That's his responsibility towards you, inshallah ta'ala. And likewise, he has rights over you. One of those rights is, of course, intimacy, and that's not something I would say, if there's no problem, that you should not put a stop to that. I do understand that you have a small daughter, but I understand from this you're saying, right, that's it, I'm just not having an intimacy with him at all. And if that's ongoing, then that's going to be no doubt a problem. That will lead to other issues. So what I would say is that it's probably best for you and your husband to speak with somebody and sit down and get some advice to break down this issue. Getting or justifying that he wants to get married again. He doesn't need to mention these things. From an Islamic perspective, technically, he doesn't have or justify that, you've got a cat, and you've got no time to do washing and whatnot, so therefore I want to get married again. These aren't necessarily reasons. If he's fulfilling his rights towards you and he wishes to do that, from an Islamic perspective, he can just get married anyway. But if you're saying that you don't want him to get married again, then of course this is another issue. So I would advise that you maybe both sit with somebody to, go through some of these issues, inshallah, so that they can be rectified. And, if they're rectified, he may start thinking different. He just doesn't want to get married again. He wants to stay with you and his daughter, and because those things are sorted out. So I would advise you to speak to somebody. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam.